Hello and welcome to Lineside video number 3. All these scenes were filmed on the 24th of July 2020 by myself, and they were taken on the Settle and Carlisle line on a day out with Tom to see the rail charter services workings with the 37521 and 47593. We also captured a number of freights which are included in this video. Most of the day spent between Settle and Dent, and we saw quite a few different workings, which was pretty decent. This first scene is 66723 as it heads downgrade at Bridge on the long drag between Blea Moor and Settle. This working is 4N00, the 0934 Carlisle North Yard to Clitheroe cement empties. Following the passage of 4N00, we had about 45 minutes then to walk up to the quarry. Actually, in the distance in this shot, our quarry, you can actually go right up to the terminal here, and you can see in this shot the branch line that goes into the terminal where there's 3 sidings is just in the foreground. In this scene we can see 66756 as it makes its way up towards the junction for the Arcow quarry, working 6M31, the 0954 Hunslet Tilk onto Arcow stone empties. So this working goes past the junction, it then sets back into the quite an interesting few hours that could be had watching this train loading. You can see that it backs the whole train to start with, and then it gets loaded up by a digger, brings forward a small portion of them once those ones are filled, puts them in one of the other 2 sidings, and then sets back the other few wagons, gets those loaded, sets those out so I can then finally obviously do the front wagons. And the process takes a good few hours. The train arrived at about 11:30ish and then departed again at 4:45 in the evening. So it's obviously there for quite a few hours, and quite interesting actually getting to see the process that goes into it. So this is after about 5 minutes when it had been up at the junction, setting back now into the terminal. There's a guy out of shot to the right walking it backwards into the terminal, so obviously radio contact. And then there were 2 ground staff further up, about 100 yards before that bridge that can be seen, and all part of the shunting operation. You can see the peak of Penny Ghent there on the right hand side as well, dominating this whole landscape. Truly stunning part of the world. Nice area to spend a few hours. So this next scene is 66207, which came up quite quickly on us and we only saw it at the last second. This working was OZ97, the Nottingley to New Biggin light engine, and this was going to rescue 66152, which had early in the morning failed on the northbound 6M97 near Garsdale, and 7811 from Colas had been used to actually rescue that service and get it up to New Biggin. So 66207 went up to New Biggin in the morning, late morning, early afternoon, and then worked the return 6E97 in the evening, around 3.5 hours late, with 66152 actually dead on the back of the train, and we see that later in this video at Horton-in-Ribblesdale. The scene was captured just before 1 o'clock, and it sees 47593 working the 1Z42 1035 Appleby to Skipton. This was about 82 minutes late because it had been held up in the whole farce involving 6M97. And this working is the Rail Charter Services workings. These are going from Appleby to Skipton at the moment. I think you can do a return for about 29 quid on them, and quite interesting workings. I think there's going to be a pair of 47s soon, maybe next week or the week after. So if you're a 37 fan like me, get it while you can. So we'll just see it going past the terminal Arco with 66756 in the foreground. Once we captured that shot, we had about an hour or so to make our way up to Southside, which is what we did. We went to see the 37 there climbing up the gradient. This working then was about 60 minutes late, something like that, and captured about 1:45, nearly 2 o'clock, as it passed through Southside with 37521, leading 1Z43, the 1218, skipped into Appleby. Rail Charter Services working. Next up we see 47593 as it passes through Dent, working 1Z44, the 1438 Appleby to Skipton. At this point, we're only about 10 minutes late, so they've done really well to capture time back. This next shot was captured around 16:45 and features 37521 again on the climb between Horton-in-Ribblesdale and Blea Moor. Plenty of cracking locations to see the traction around here, and this is on the 1 in 100 long drag section. And this working is 1Z45, the 1612 skips into Appleby. This scene is 66756, making hard work of the 1 in 100 gradient with a heavily loaded 6E77, the 1643, Arkham Quarry to Hunslet. Working this, of course, is the one that we saw getting loaded early in the day, and it followed directly behind 37521 and passed us around 510 or something like that. Loco was working really hard, and it took a good 10 minutes from coming into view where the left hand tree line is in the distance below Sellside. It took a good 10 minutes to get. Following no more than about 10 minutes behind 6E77, we saw 7815, again climbing up the bank towards Ribblehead. This working 6C89, the 0915 Mount Sorrel sidings to Carlisle North Yard, loaded ballast with Colas Class 70 traction providing the way. Following the passage of 7815, we had about 30 minutes to get ourselves down to Horton-in-Ribblesdale, and this is 66756, working back south with 6C77, having been up to Blea Moor to run around the train. The train that you can hear in the background is 2H94, the 1648 Carlisle, leads to Carlisle, with 158850 providing traction for that one. Next shot was very hastily captured and nearly caught us out. It was 66207 with 152 dead on the back, returning 6E97, the 125 New Biggin to Milford gypsum empties. final shot of the day was captured at about 6:30 in the evening and features again 66723, which we'd seen early in the morning heading to Clitheroe, and this working is 6C00, the Clitheroe to Carlisle North Yard loaded cement working.